Hey, what's up, guys? This is I finally with episode 4 of playing Clash of Clans, and as you can see, at the last time we saw a lot has changed. Now, as you can see, I have my town hall level 8. We also have much upgraded defenses, much upgraded mortars and visit towers. I almost have 150 troop capacity in about 1 day 9 hours, as you can see right here. I also got my barbarian king, and a lot of things have changed. But now I had my exams going on, but now I'm free, so I'll be doing more of these videos. So let's start with a fantastic raid today, and let's start it going. Okay guys, so this first raid I would like to show you. As you can see, this guy, he hasn't been on for a while, I guess. He has some of his loot in his collectors, elixir collectors, but there is some in his storages, but all of his elixir was on one side and all of his gold was on the other side. So it was I started this new strategy that I'll drop one of my giants, then I'll drop a couple of my wall breakers so they can get through that wall, and then all of my barbarians and my archers could go through that wall and get all the loot for me. So that was I was trying to do in here. I dropped my healing spell because I knew a lot of things was going to attack my troops. I also dropped my barbarian king so he could help as much as possible. I dropped my second healing spell because I knew that I was going to get a ton of loot out of this. So that was what I was trying to do in here. I also dropped a couple of my archers on the second side so they can destroy those useless buildings and get me to that 50%. Now there was some amount of loot left in those big collectors, so I dropped my visits, and yes, I did get my level 5 visits recently. So they helped me a lot, and as you can see, they pretty much cleared everything that was in those collectors, and the only thing, the elixir that was left was in the town hall, that 1000 elixir. So now my archers just doing that little work and getting the gold that I almost spent on clicking next. So I let them do that job, and they were destroyed, and I got about 200,000 of elixir, about 27,000 gold, but I don't mind that. I wanted the elixir. So that was the first raid of today, 57% and 1 star, 8 trophies. So I'll be right back with the second raid. Okay, so for this second raid I chose this base because, as you can see, all of his resources are in his mines and pumps. And so the first thing that I do is I drop one of my barbarians each on those builder huts. So first of all, that I wanted to get that achievement on destroying about 2,500 builder huts or something, and that will also help me in getting that 50% faster. Next thing I do is I drop my archers so they can destroy those useless buildings, and then my barbarians and all of my other troops can directly go on to the loot and get me everything that I need. So after they destroyed all those buildings, I sent my wall breakers, and as you can see, his mortars and the other things were a bit out of range. So I was not worried about that. Then I dropped on the right hand side, I dropped all of my archers, and same with the left. So I started getting all of that loot, but I still wasn't able to get that. So I tried my giant and wall breaker strategy, which is very simple, as I told. Drop one of my giants and then my wall breakers, so the defenses wouldn't have their eye on my wall breakers. So pretty much everything was in the house right now, but I thought, let the troops do their job and finish whatever the leftover buildings were there. I wanted to get that 50%. So I did that. My barbarian king went down, and I think I actually surrendered after this because I had no chance, no point of using my wizards, my level 5 wizards, because they were not able to get that 59,000 of elixir. But it was still a pretty insane raid. As you can see, about 400,000 resources, and 42%. I lost 18 trophies, but I'm still in gold, so I'm not usually worried about the trophies right now. So that's it, and I'll be right back with one of the raids, and we'll see what we'll upgrade after that. Okay guys, so for this next raid I chose this base because it was pretty easy. Now it had this one hole in the middle, and all the 3 mortars were in its range and all the cannons and stuff. So I dropped my 3 giants and then started spamming all of my barbarians. I also dropped my rage spell, and as you can see, it worked pretty well. Then what happened is I dropped my king and almost all of my troops that I had right around in here, like all of my barbarians, so they can easily go to that town hall and get me that first easy star. So after my first raid spell was completely over, I dropped my healing spell so that my barbarians can all be in that range and can be easily healed. Now there were these sections where only a cannon could be found. So I laid all my archers on this side so they can get to that cannon and the elixir pump and the gold mine. And as you can see, my quite a few of my troops are still left. A giant is still left. Seeing at the base for the first time, I didn't even guess that I would get like a pretty easy 3-star. But as you can see, I almost got a 3-star, and I accidentally dropped one of my wizards, but it's just all fine because I got ton of elixir, all that I needed, and my barbarian king is still alive, which is pretty amazing considering that he's on level 1. As you can see, I got about 280k of gold and 182k of elixir. So there was a pretty nice raid, 3-star, 13 trophies. So I'll be right back with my troops ready for the next raid. So as you guys know that I only take barbarians, archers, wall breakers, just a couple of wall breakers, and about 6 wizards and 3 giants for my army composition. So for this base I chose it because it was pretty easy. All the loot was in the mines and the pumps, and as you can see, my archers and barbarians did their job and got almost all the loot that I needed. On the right hand side, as you can see, I'm getting over 250,000 of each. So now as you can see, I have 38% of 38% damage. So I got a couple of my barbarians out, and after them I dropped my archers, so the barbarians can work as tanks and my archers can attack from behind. So they let me get the easy 50% star. And then I saw that there was some loot in the giant level 11 collectors, so I spammed some of my archers thinking that I would get some of the loot, but I didn't, and actually then didn't matter quite much because I got over 500,000 of resources, 1 star, and about 9 trophies. And as you can see, the troops that I only spent was about 70 archers and 55 barbarians. So considering the loot that I got, it was a pretty insane raid. And let's get right on to the next raid. Okay guys, so for this final raid, I sort of wanted to try out something new. So what I did is I tried like all barbarian strategy, and it worked pretty good for me right now. As you can see, there is about 650,000 resources in this guy, and as I can see, almost everything is in his mines and pumps. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna first draw his barbarian king, just finish him off. He's just a level 1. And then I'll try my wall breakers so they can break through that building, and then I'll just be dropping barbarians at significant times. I drop my healing spell so I can get that elixir very fast. I dropped my minions, and all of my barbarians, like, they got pretty much through all this. They took almost all the elixir that I needed, and then they went through for the gold. So I dropped my second healing spell, and I thought that while farming, this was a very good strategy to just to drop a healing spell, because it can gain you like much more loot. So as you can see, I got about 500,000, over 500,000 resources. So that's always a win-win situation, and I'd still get 5 trophies. I'm not really worried about that, but still, that's always a good thing. So that's it guys for this video, and if you like the video, definitely be sure to hit the like button down there and show me some of your love. And if you want to see more, definitely be sure to hit the subscribe button. That will help really at this time. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you later. Peace.